All right, folks, back on the Boss Man Show with the Voice of the Blue Warriors. Walters here with the Boss Man Show. Started 34th year in Middle Tennessee, man. Chill. Let me ask you, man. Talk about how the city of Murfreesboro has changed in 34 years since you've been in Middle Tennessee as the voice.
Well, and it goes back a little farther to when I was a student here, and I'll go back to fall of 1981. So I'll tell you this: it's been in 2 weeks. It will be 43 years since I checked into Smith Hall for the first time as a student, and Middle was about 12,000 students at the time. Murfreesboro was about maybe 40,000 people, and then I saw yesterday that the 2024 census estimate is out, and the population in Murfreesboro is now 169,000 people.
Wow.
Which makes us larger than Charleston, South Carolina, and Waco, Texas, among other places, and also almost exactly the same size as Chattanooga, and very close to being the same size as Knoxville. So Murfreesboro's changed a good bit, and this campus obviously has as well. I have a lot of my old fraternity brothers and things that after graduation they moved all over the country, and they'll come back to campus, and there's a whole new half of campus that is now here that was not here when me and my compadres were roaming around terrorizing people 40 years ago. But it has changed a lot, and the changes that are continuing to go on with the Student Athlete Performance Center and with Floyd Stadium and Murphy Center continuing to upgrade, just a lot of great stuff.
See, if I remember coming down here for Science Olympiad back in the day, I remember coming down here for that. And just seeing how it's changed since I come down here. I was 19 years old. Science Olympiad. I'm seeing amazing growth, like I said, Floyd Stadium now, the Murphy Center. And I remember coming down here when the coach was Randy Wheel was the coach here.
That's right.
Coming down here for that, but now it's OVC. So just talk about those days, Chip. Those OVC days with Austin Peay, Tennessee State, Tennessee Tech, and how those fun days were for the Middle Tennessee. And now that you're USA, but those fun days originally.
It really was. I remember, my freshman year, I think about that fall of 81. Coach Donnelly got here in football in 79. 79, he won one game. 80, they won 2 games. Fall of 81, they kind of got things going a little bit. And I remember Murray State came in here, ranked number 1 in the country, and their head coach was Frank Beamer, who Beamer ball at Virginia Tech. But they came in here. Middle had negative rushing yards, but beat Murray State that night, 14-9, and it kind of put Middle on the map in football. Kind of, let everybody know that things had kind of gotten going, and then we had, after that, Middle won 6 games that year, went to the playoffs a year or two later, and Coach Donnelly's legacy in the 1AA era. Great battles with Eastern Kentucky, great battles with Georgia Southern in the non-conference matchups, couple of playoff games at Marshall. But you would always have that last game on the regular season was Tennessee Tech, and played for the totem pole. Chris Massaro says the totem pole is up again. It's up for grabs this year.
It sure is.
And it's got a home over here in the Kennan Hall of Fame building, but those days were great. But when Middle made the move to 1A in football, it was absolutely the right move, and the move to the Sun Belt, and at the time, the move to Conference USA was absolutely the right move too. So I think we've done things, in the 1A football era that we never dreamed of. I mean, playing bowl games in Hawaii and the Bahamas, and going to New Orleans, and then and playing in venues that we've played in every SEC stadium other than Auburn since we've made the move to 1A back in 1999, and all over the country. We've played coast to coast, and obviously on a couple of islands along the way. So we've been everywhere, and that's something that has been, I've been fortunate to be around for a lot of that.
I got two more for you, Chip. One of them
Real
being,
quick.
how cool is that Derek Mason here, man? The energy he brings, you feel you see him, you feel his presence. So how cool is to have Derek Mason around?
Derek Mason he's been really terrific, and I joked with him on the Conference USA Media Day press conference that I said, Coach, I said there's a rumor around town that if more than 4 people get together to have lunch, you're going to show up and promote your program. Which and I'm joking, of course, but his presence out in the community, our players' presence out in the community has been terrific, and I think that energy is contagious.
Last one for you, Chip, is this, man. Conference sticking together the way it has, sticking here. Now you got Kennesaw coming in. My whole time out of Atlanta, you got different teams like New Mexico State, San Francisco State, Liberty in here now, Jacksonville State.
You got Delaware coming in next year, Missouri State.
Talk about this conference where it has grown. Man.
I think it's grown. It's different. Do I miss UAB and North Texas? Absolutely. They were great rivals. And I'm tickled that we're still playing UAB in basketball. But, I think we get undersold a little bit about just how good and how competitive this league is. And I think those, you look at, Kennesaw's picked last in our league. They've won 48 games in the last 5 years. I mean, so they're good. And so they're a relatively new program. But, we've all seen, and we are a living example this year of how you can build and change a roster in a matter of one off season, and so I'm excited about our old guys who remained true to our program, and I'm excited about the new guys who have searched us out and are going to be part of what's going to be something very special.
Well, Chip, the best family of years, man. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right.